The Forestry Commission in England has published revised guidance on how to manage woodland in the light of ash dieback, and I'd like to take you through the key points of that guidance. Ash dieback is in every county in England, and if you manage woodland with ash in it, it's likely to be exposed to the disease, and there's no known cure. But I believe this is a real opportunity for woodland owners to manage their woodland in a better way and to take the opportunity to increase structural diversity, age and species diversity as well, to make your woodlands more resilient for the future. When dealing with any diseased tree, health and safety is clearly of paramount importance. You will need to carry out risk assessments to identify the hazards on your site. The Forestry Industry Safety Accord, FISA, have produced specific guidance on how to manage ash in your woodlands. We strongly recommend that you prepare or amend a management plan to help you assess the ash in your woodland and to consider what species you would like to use for restocking where appropriate. You can apply for a grant through Countryside Stewardship to help produce a management plan with a Forestry Commission UK Forestry Standard template. Secondly, the felling of diseased ash still requires a felling licence from the Forestry Commission unless it's actually dead or poses a real risk to members of the public. Thirdly, in all cases, you should look to retain a few trees that show some tolerance to ash dieback. Studies have shown that up to 5% of trees show some tolerance, which may be heritable. Fourth, if the woodland you're managing is a site of special scientific interest or has a tree preservation order on it, you must get permission from both Natural England and the local authority respectively, as well as the Forestry Commission. Lastly, when managing any woodland with a disease, think carefully about biosecurity. Make sure to remove all organic matter from yourself, from your kit and your vehicles. So in terms of practical management, let's think about three different types of ash woodland. Young woodland less than 25 years old, older trees and ash coppice. Let's look at the younger trees, those less than 25 years of age. You really need to look at the young trees at the stand level. If more than 50% of the stand is infected with ash dieback, then you should consider felling most of that and then restocking either by replanting or using natural regeneration. For older trees, those greater than 25 years of age, you should take an individual tree approach. If more than 50% of the crown is infected, then you should consider felling it. You should leave some trees that show some tolerance and dead or drying trees if it's safe to do so. If there's sufficient space, again you should think about restocking either with replanting, regeneration, coppice regrowth or a combination. So that leads us to ash coppice. Coppice regrowth is particularly susceptible to the fungus as it girdles it and kills it quickly. So you should only consider coppicing if the open space that's left by the coppicing is more important to you than the survival of the tree itself. The guidance managing ash in woodlands in light of ash dieback can be found on the gov.uk website.